Seven Hardaway. Seven Hardaway. Say what you want, do what you do. But a ain't finna play with me in no kind of form, shape, or fashion. I ain't finna play with Hardaway, you hear me? Yeah, and if you do, you'll make it count, you hear me? Stop playing, stop pop shooting. Pop shooting. My anyway, scary.
They called me Seven since, they've been calling me Seven since I was about 10, 11. But Hardaway, I had Hardaway about 3-4 years ago. Yeah, I just like the way it sounded.
I don't know how they go. I don't know, partner. You heard me? I don't know, bro. You can't kill with some mortar. You know what I'm saying? You can't kill with some mortar. You cannot. You cannot kill with some mortar. Southside, I'm on the boulevard of my new Charger. Yeah, man, Baton Rouge is trenches, man. I mean, when you hear people say like they come from like a good part, there's really no good parts in Baton Rouge. You know what I'm saying? And I'm from the heart of this. I'm from South Baton Rouge. I'm from the very heartbeat of the city. You know what I'm saying? So it was rough as a coming up.
Before we get to it, I want to say shout out to the ones who showing a new face in there and showing the channel some love. And also, y'all know it's always much love to the ones who returning, the ones who support, and the ones who really rock with it. You know what I'm saying? The whole movement in general. Believe that. But on the cool, this one we got to do today is on Seven Hardaway, aka Stanley Wright, or better known as Big Daddy. That's what they called him back in the day. That's why you seen that clip of Kevin Gates introducing him as Seven Hardaway and then said, my boy Big Daddy. That was his name growing up, you know, that little Ivy gave him, you know, as a youngin', who was a big boy, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, you can see why he would call him that. But I want to drop a few facts on y'all right quick about Seven Hardaway that you probably didn't know. Now, you got a lot of false narratives out there about Seven Hardaway, you know, being a rat and whatnot. But the craziest thing is, man, this man went away to do juvenile life. For all you guys who don't know, he went away at, 15, 16 years old, did 6 years, and didn't get out till he was about 21, 22. So that right there in itself tells you something. Not to mention the fact that this man comes from BR Street royalty. What's in his blood is authentic. You know, the guy that you guys see going across the screen now, that would be Boulevard Don, or better known as Bo. Bo was a real street legend that was all about his money, and that was Seven Hardaway's big cousin. Now, if you look at just him, then you look at Boulevard Quick, you look at Boulevard Re-Up, you look at Big Right, and multiple others. I can go on and on. They all have stand-up names just as well as Seven Hardaway. And a lot of you who still ain't convinced about that, stay tuned to the end, because I had a clip to show you that'll show you that Seven Hardaway is with the fisticuffs, as well as, being with all other festivities, allegedly. Let me throw that in there for all the suckers that's gonna come on here and say that, oh yeah, man, you can't, okay, we're gonna throw that one in there too. Just know this man ain't playing no games. Now, Seven Hardaway's story is one that's definitely from rags to riches. And for me to tell it the best of my abilities, it'll most likely be best to start at the beginning. So I got a few clips from back in the day that I'm gonna show y'all. But first, before we dive into this, make sure you like the video. Wipe your feet when you come in this door. But yeah, with that being said, let's get to it. Believe it.
East Boulevard. I'm the first artist. Birdie O.E.N.T. on the label. You hear me?
Right.
We ain't doing that. We just strolling through the hood right now. With my brother. You hear me? The Malachi. Y'all know him. Esther. My man Griffin. You know, I just passed the alley hoop to wet grip. You hear me? That's how we come. But we ain't doing that. We finna scroll down the boulevard right now. You hear me? My brother right there, black man. You hear me? That's a straight gangster. You hear me? Well, come on up. We finna scroll through the hood right quick. We gotta get through the hood, man. Come on, man. Boulevard, yeah. But we ain't doing nothing, but we taking a little stroll through the hood.
Show what the boss man got. Yeah.
The boss man.
Yeah, that's the boss man drive.
We ain't doing nothing but taking a little ride through the hood, man. You hear me? Believe this for a long time. But look, now I got working on anyway, I'm working on this project.
Right.
The East Boulevard, that LeBron and Wade, me and my banger.
Right.
Y'all look out for that.
Radio NT.
That's on the Birdie OENT.
Right.
You hear me? I got my solo album coming out, finna drop. I'm gonna get that next year, probably March, April, something like that.
Right. Look out for that new hot singer, man. Lil Malachi.
I got my brother in the yo. He just came home. I've been having him in the yo.
Right.
So you know this, all you know. We all the way. You know, finna jump.
That prison break. Look out for that prison break. Don't sleep on it. Don't sleep on that prison break.
But like the thing is, in the city, a lot of Boulevard, a lot of artists in the city, local, and Baton Rouge, they don't really us with these Boulevard because they know what type of we real grimy. We trying to eat too with this. We ain't gonna do y'all nothing. You know what I'm saying? Oh, y'all we ain't gonna hurt nobody. We straight.
I know we might got a bad reputation out here, but shit, you know, it is what it is. Real respect, real you fake, you gonna get dealt with like you're fake.
Yeah.
That's how I go.
Like I was saying though, a lot of local artists in the city now. For us Young Seven to be like, who Young Seven?
Right.
Ain't that the Boulevard?
Right.
Once I hear that, that's a rap. Trying to do nothing with me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I ain't really tripping. Cause I'm gonna give me regardless. You know, I got my brother in Cali.
Right.
You know, Josh in Tampa right now. And they working on for me, you know. So everything, when it all boils down, my go together, we gonna get this together. I ain't worried about you. I don't even for nothing down.
No features in the
I don't need no features or nothing.
Boy? You know what
I'm saying? That's my dog.
What up, boy?
That's my people, you hear me? Thing, bro, when they hit about that Boulevard, time it is, you hear me? But like I was saying, a lot of people don't because they know what kind of we real grimy street block. This what we do for real. We ain't just rapping. We be out here 24/7. I gotta make a living with it. I write about it. I talk about it. I live it. You hear me? So I come.
Got job.
And I work hard. All right. You know that's just how we coming. But this just a day. This just a day in the life. You know. Whack working on here. I'm finna get my in the yo.
You know what I'm saying?
You know,
Turn on start. Exit wound.
You hear me? Exit wounds.
You know what I'm saying? Exit wounds. You know what I'm saying?
That's how we coming though. But this just a little day in the life of Young Seven. Birdie OENT.
Right.
LeBron and Wade. Me and my banger coming soon.
Right.
I got my solo dropping more. The LeBron and Wade, that's gonna drop this year.
Right.
For sure. If not December, the first of the year for sure.
Right.
My solo they're gonna leak out probably about March. Young Seven. You hear me? The Confession. Retarded. That's already done. You know?
Right.
I'm just trying to get at my people to give me some album art done. Everything lovely, you know?
Right.
It's all good. This our block though, East Boulevard, man. You got the Southside, Sycamore.
Rest in peace, Mr. Willie, man. That's Mr. Liquor Store. That's Mr. Liquor Store, man, bro. Yeah, so rest in peace, Mr. Willie, bro.
At the liquor store over there.
Rest in peace, man.
RP said you right, you hear me?
Indeed, yes.
And RP my cousin too.
Yes, indeed.
That's how we coming up. That's my brother right now, you hear me?
Rahul's right here. There was a nigga that, you hear me?
That's enough.
East Boulevard documentary. You know, I'm finna do a documentary every day, probably for like a week straight.
Right.
We're gonna get y'all with me and the
What up?
Hey, back in the gap phone the jail.
Wow.
Hey, you already know what time it is on my block. East Boulevard, Birdio Squad. Time it is.
Man. You hear me?
I never see
Free Boulevard Sleepy, free Spinna Mitch, free Fredo Bang, free Lit Yoshi, You know what I'm saying? Free all them boys. Rest in peace, Wacko. Rest in peace, Boulevard Quick. He was the one holding the camera, just in case y'all couldn't tell. But that was our little back flash on a stroll down, you know, the block, down they block, East Boulevard boys. You know what I'm saying? And as you can see, 7Hardaway been doing this for a long time. TBG's first rapper. But I'm gonna let him tell it better himself.
Man, I've been rapping forever, man. Like, bro, I probably out of all in the group, TBG, like anybody who's ever rapped in the group, that's been in the group that y'all familiar with, that the world familiar with, I've been rapping. Even if they older than me, I've been rapping the longest. I've been rapping and recording. I've been doing the longest, longer than everybody. First one, really rapping.
Bro, with me with the features, man, I done features for free. If I like the song, if I vibe with whoever the song, vibe with that person, the artist, and we click on some, I'll probably do that for free, man.
So what?
But for the most, and if I don't like the song, I really don't. I got a DM full of messages right now, man, that just jump on, man. But if I like the song, if I don't really want to go bullshit music out, then I ain't gonna get on it. I don't really care what you want to pay me for a feature.
When Ivy came out, originally be the first artist on TBG under Ivy was CEO.
Yes, yeah, man. I'm in love with the artist. I don't really care about the money.
I really take like the artist writing music, like I just told you, 316s in the hook. A lot of time, so I really care about music enough to where I ain't gonna play with it like going off no vibe. That don't make sense to me. Niggas doing it now, but man, if I gotta get chills to that bitch, I'm finna give you a whole story. I'm finna give you some real. You know what I'm saying? You pull me to. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, like that. That's I don't know how to rap off of just a beat in your head and you just with some. I don't know how to go like that.
7Hardaway is the last of a dying breed. What I mean by that is not only on the street tip, but musically. Now, if you want to go back to, you know, who some of his influences were, Nas, Jay-Z, you know, lyricists, Tupac, the people who had the ability to be very lyrical as well as poetic. Those whom made really good music, but also taught you lessons and gave you game at the same time. He's the last of a dying breed. It's never going to come around again. I promise you. We'll never see those poets like we seen, you know, in the late 80s, early 90s. We'll never see those again. You know, 7Hardaway will be the last one, honestly, y'all. So value and cherish, you know, what he's bringing to the game. You got to really, really, really be proud to be a supporter of 7Hardaway because he gives it his all every time he does it. His impeccable bars and crisp wordplay are something of genius. Honestly, man, when you hear this guy's punchlines, you're gonna have to sit back and think and really dive into him because everything he says is deeper than what the surface is. But already on the surface is something dope. So you just gotta sit back and really dissect every word that 7Hardaway says in one of his songs, man. Treason was one of the most lyrical songs that dropped this year alone, man. Go dive into 7Hardaway. But he's also a family man and loves his family. So I'm gonna let y'all see what's going on with that tip, family.
No, you didn't.
No, I didn't. Hold on, what the other one is? See what the other thing is.
No, you didn't.
I did.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did.
Girl, I did.
Shut her around. Slash Good House. I'm the spell. Projects gonna drop. Let's spell out shit. Shots of fire as usual. Got niggas all over the country. Hardaway Street Point coming next month. Give me about 25 30 days. You heard me? In the whole house. Everybody in the round. We got Jolo. Hey. Hey, check this out. Check this out. We up early this morning. Me and my Theezy here. We fixing our coffee because that's what we like to do. And this man right here just walked up. Yo, this man walked up saying, "Do they got hot cocoa?" Man, grow up. Grow up.
Real G's never let what's going on outside control what's going on inside your house. You keep those separate. But we're gonna let him talk about how he felt about Quick.
I took a quick hour before that happened. It was like Quick and one of my brothers had, Quick my cousin. Him and one of my brothers, my blood brother, B, they had got into it, which Quick used to get into it there, family. But he got into it with my brother, and whatever was said, my brother called me and told me, "Man, what's wrong with Quick?" Then Quick called me. No, then I called Quick, and he was like, "Man, I don't know." And he was basically saying the same thing that my brother was saying. He sounded like my brother was tripping. It was like, "Where you at?" Quick was in the bottom. He was like, "Where you at?" I'm like, I'm over by my house, you hear me? Which was like 25 minutes away. He was like, "Come down here." And I was like, "All right, I'm gonna pull up. I'm about to pull up down now." But I had some other going on. You hear me? By the time I actually got in the house and got settled, my cousin, who I just told you, who was running a trap on Carolina, Boulevard Dunn, he called me and said, "Man, you got Quick, you hear me?"
I feel like losing Quick was the defining moment in his life, and he's finna explain to y'all.
You know what I'm saying? I was more mad than, it sounded crazy, but I was really more, I was hurt like a mother. I was angry, it was a mad hurt. Mad, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, no better.
Now, I know this didn't exactly explain why I feel it's a defining moment, but I feel like it was a key characteristic that we need for me to explain what I meant. Now, I feel like when he lost Quick, 7Hardaway really started to take rap a lot more seriously. Like he stated, he took rap serious about a year or two ago. Quick passed away, going on 3 years now? So I feel like that's what made him step up to the plate. Like, okay, now I'm finna take over from my little kinfolk. But as we all know, 7Hardaway still has a street mentality, even though he's papered up. So I'm gonna let y'all see all the times the camera caught him, those rare occasions when he was showing, that street mentality, flashing out and whatnot.
Say the dude, hold up. Say the dude. Say the dude. You know I'm talking to you. You just blew me that kiss. Stop playing with me, man, before I catch him dead out here and kill him. Yeah, one say go that way, the other say go that way, the other say turn around, 7 say just pull up on the yeah.
We out here.
Old South. It's my era, you hear me? I ain't talking about the new young. My era, that folk, man, we ain't no other man from here and out, yeah. You hear me? You know that. See, these days you got, back in the day, from the South kid from the South, you hear me? From that folk kid from that folk. With no coming out no other hoods, you hear me? Now you got that kind of going on. Like, yeah, ain't no telling you'll get stretched in that folk by any now, you hear me? Cause being alright, being friendly is a and scary, you hear me? You know what I'm saying? That's that new. But back in the G, man, from the South, it's been like that for years. The South killed the South. We gonna keep that in the streets, you hear me? We gotta kill each other. Let's do that, you hear me? But man, coming from other hoods up in that folk, you hear me? That's cause being friendly, fixing each other out, crossing each other, cause these stand on no loyalty, no morals. They dumb, you hear me? These got no mind, they can't think on their own, you hear me? And they scared, man.
Good Lord, please.
What I say, Roy? Play when I'm out here. You hear me? Hey, play when Big Spinner out here. You got over 1,000 shots of firepower. Yeah, I crush. You can't no kind of way. You hear me? You can't. Not in the streets. You hear me? Or in the studio. So, anyway, not to play with me. You hear me? All the extra Instagram, man. Sound. You hear me? Hey, grow up.
Man, I got about 50 in this.
Man, grow the. You know we doing this kind of real life.
Yeah. I got.
Now, for any of y'all who still ain't convinced that this man is really like that, you fooling yourself. You playing games, man. This man really with that business, like no cap. You know what I'm saying? He down for whatever, you know what I'm saying? Whatever you want to do, you know what I'm saying? From the fisticuffs to whatever, like we done stated before. You feel me? He ain't going for none of the BS. None of it. And as you can see what he did to that man's in the mall, it's probably not smart to push up on him if you can't throw yours yourself. If you ain't very confident in what your hands can do and how your body move, you probably don't want to push up on this man because he probably knock you out real quick. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, just leave it alone. You know, you don't even want that smoke. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like it ain't nobody, you know, from that other camp that can really mess with this man from the shoulders. What he just did to Fool was just lethal, vicious. But this is Seven explaining exactly where he came from.
LTI, Louisiana Training Institution, which is juvenile penitentiary at Jetson in Austin.
Yeah.
Right outside of Scotland. Right outside of Scotland, Liberty Pad Baker. I went there, I did most of my time now. Yeah, I was juvenile some while.
For me, that's one of the biggest reasons he up in rank, because he went through doing so much time at a young age and learned how to conduct himself, you know what I'm saying? Learn how to operate and maneuver, play chess, not checkers, you know what I'm saying? And really be, you know, smart. Got out here and did the rest of his time in the streets, so that's...
I was in the school, you heard me? I was in school. I was in the books, in sports. But after school and sports, I was in the streets.
That's how it be a lot of times though, man, because once that's over, what else is there to do but run the streets?
Yeah, football practice, you heard me?
Yeah, so then...
Man, that was like every street dude's real sport was football, man. If you ran the streets, you definitely played football, man. That's what everybody did, man.
I was around that time, bro, like I raised myself, you hear me? I got 7 brothers and sisters, 7 of them, you hear me?
Y'all hear him? He got 7 brothers and sisters. And yeah, you're absolutely right, man. When you ain't got nothing else going, man, you usually end up raising yourself and running the streets. But fun fact, that's where the name 7Hardaway came from, you know, having 7 brothers and sisters, you feel me?
I'm the youngest.
You the youngest.
Yeah.
So how was it growing up in a household with 6 different siblings?
It was wild, you hear me?
Well, at least the 7 is 7Hardaway. That's where that came from, you know, him being the youngest of 7 siblings. But the Hardaway came from Penny Hardaway being his favorite basketball player. But in this last few clip, I just want to say this, man. Congratulations to 7Hardaway, man, for coming from rags to riches. As y'all can see, man, he had a very, very tough life, from juvenile life, you know what I'm saying, to not having really much, you know, mama trying to figure it out, growing up with 7 siblings in the house, you know what I'm saying, coming from a family of gangsters like I told y'all, man. Big Right was his uncle, you know what I'm saying? Boulevard Don was his cousin. Boulevard Re-Up was his cousin. Boulevard Quick was his cousin. So he come from, you know, street royalty, like I said. But now he finally made it to this.
Hold up. Oh. All the way straight. Y'all go stream, go buy, go sell. You see how I'm doing. Go stream, go purchase, screen, shot, you straight. It's a celebration. Happy birthday, big son. You're missed for my. Let's go up with it. Out.
It's such a beautiful struggle to see the fruits of your labors pay off, you know? All those hot summer nights, sitting there sweating in front of that hot fan, blowing that hot air, you know what I'm saying? And now you in the cool AC. Even though it's bittersweet because you had to deal with a lot of tough losses, like he's sitting back reminiscing about Boulevard Don, things that hurt like that, those painful things, you can still appreciate the fact that they looking down on you and they're happy, they're proud. They proud that you made it to achieve all the goals that you told them you was going to achieve while they were still here. You know what I'm saying? So they still looking down proudly. And that's something to be humbled about. That's something to be happy about. You know, that's something that you should definitely smile about. No cap. But on the cool, man, this is one of my favorites to do right here. I can't lie. 7Hardaway's story is a legend. It's a legend. Just like the Cleasy 5 story. 7Hardaway should have never gotten where he's at. He should have never been here. Talent wise, most definitely. But the lifestyle that he chose, the lifestyle that he lived, you know, all the potential, you know, attacks on his life, the times he almost lost his life, being the youngest of 7 brothers, not really having much opportunity in this world at all. You know what I'm saying? He should have never been here. So this is one of those defying and beating all odds type of thing. Yeah, anybody who makes it to be successful has beat odds and obstacles. But 7Hardaway is more for, you know, the ones who are considered lowlifes. And by that, I mean, you know, the ones who really gangsters in the hood, but can't stay out of jail. The ones who, you know, really living like that, you know what I'm saying, that nobody wants to give an opportunity to because they fear them. 7Hardaway is living proof that, you know, regardless of, you know, you being a real stand-up guy and you keeping it 100 and not pump faking and really being what you say you are, you know what I'm saying? Though most might get kicked away back in the day, he's showing you that the floodgates can still be open, you know, through somebody who's a real one like Fredo Bang, who didn't never turn his back on him, didn't really, you know, drop his, you know what's on him or nothing like that. When he got through the door, he made sure his partner came through it with him. You know what I'm saying? So that's just 100, man. This whole story is 100. This whole story is something inspirational. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to that man's 7Hardaway for being who he is, being a stand-up guy. You know what I'm saying? Doing what he do, rocking the way he rock. You know what I'm saying? Regardless of what y'all say about the man. You know what I'm saying? This man is really a real one. And push up on him and say what y'all gotta say. Stop saying it in the comments section. We don't want to hear that BS. If we make a video on somebody, 9 times out of 10, you know, the research was in depth. 10 times out of 10, did as much research as there was out there possible. You feel me? 7Hardaway is a real one, and you gotta respect what he got going on. I ain't never gonna post no buster. I'm gonna tell you that right now. You know what I'm saying? And there's a reason why he up in rank on the top boy gorillas. You know, the ones running the city right now. No cap. Streets really vibing with them. You know what I'm saying? Because they seen these dudes doing all this in real time. They seen them all out there in action, doing what they were supposed to and stomping the ground the way they were supposed to be moving. You feel me? But on the cool, on that note, make sure y'all like, subscribe, share the video, show your boy some love. And yeah, peace and blessings, kings and queens. With that being said, I'm out. Believe it.